welcome back to my channel and welcome to another week of What's for Dinner. Alright, so this week was an awesome week of food. You get to see my Subbie Supper request this week of a soy-free, dairy-free Alfredo. I put my own little twist on it. I'm going to make a lemon tofu ricotta to go with some blueberry pancakes. And we're going to try the Impossible Burger, among other meals. So let's get eating. Alright, date night.
Date night.
The kid is at camp.
At camp.
And I'm too tired to cook. So we actually just went, it was really, really loud in there, so I took video, but I couldn't tell you what we were eating. We were at Vanguard in Bayview and got a lot of food. Jeff got the Tiebreaker
vegan
sausage.
Yup.
And what was on
that?
Yeah.
That was like a peanut sauce. There was like shaved carrots, looked like shallots and some kind of spice, maybe a chili powder or something. I don't know, but
it was good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I got the vegan chili cheese dog, which was really, really good. It had like jalapenos and onions on it. I'm gonna show you all of this once we tell you what we ate. And then we got the burnt ginger tofu, which is a must when we go there.
That's a given.
It's why we go there. It's so good. And then we got the kimchi fries. We tried the kimchi fries.
Those had a home-style kimchi.
House-made kimchi.
Yeah, house-made, home-style, whatever.
And like a mango sauce. The yellow stuff was a mango sauce.
Oh.
And then sesame seeds and scallions. Those were really good.
Caught you off guard on how good it was.
It was.
First bite was this is okay. It's not bad. Second bite was, yeah, this is actually really good because it had a little kick at the end. Not a lot of spices, excuse me, but enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we just got a big basket of fries also with some vegan ranch. And Jeff made fun of me
2 vegan ranches
for ordering so much food because I'm pregnant and hungry, but then he ate just as much as I did.
Burnt ginger. Yeah, I cleaned up.
And then we walked to Honey Pie.
Waddled to Honey Pie.
And got a vegan red velvet cupcake that we're going to take home and eat.
Yep.
So that was dinner tonight. I don't know what this week's What's for Dinner is going to be like because the kid is gone until the weekend. So it could be more meals out than usual, or who knows?
More date nights.
Just stay tuned to see what this week brings. And we'll see you tomorrow night for dinner. All right. It is Wednesday night. And for the Subbie Supper of the week, Desiree asked for Alfredo. And I have been craving this pasta that we used to eat as kids. That is very similar to Alfredo, just spicy and with some veggies. So I'm gonna make this for the Subbie Supper. You would make this exact same cashew cream sauce for Alfredo and just skip the peppers part. So we are making silky spicy chicken. Instead of chicken, I'm gonna use the Light Life chicken tenders. And this is a really, really impressive meal, but it cooks up really quickly. So before we make our cashew cream and cut up our veggies, I'm just gonna start sauteing about 3 tablespoons, probably more like 5 because I use a lot of garlic. But for all you not crazy garlic people out there, 3 tablespoons will be plenty of garlic cloves in vegan butter on low. I have some salted pasta water going because we're gonna make some linguine over there. And we're gonna let this sit and saute up, and I'm gonna prep our veg and show you how to make our cashew cream. From start to finish, this meal should take you 30 minutes. All right, for our cashew cream, I'm gonna use my Ninja blending cup. I've soaked a cup of raw cashews for about 4 hours. We're gonna drain these, put them into our blending cup. You can use a regular blender to blend this up. It just might take you a couple extra minutes to blend it so it gets nice and smooth. And then I'm gonna add almond milk We're gonna go up to the 16-ounce mark. This is going to be in place of, when I was a child, we used heavy cream. So this is to replace the heavy cream, but this is also exactly how I would make an Alfredo sauce, except for an Alfredo I had to add lemon, and I'm not gonna add that today. We're gonna do a couple dashes of nutmeg. I know it sounds weird, but just trust me. About 1.5 teaspoons to 2 teaspoons of salt. We're gonna do 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast and about 1/2 tablespoon of garlic powder. Then I'm just gonna puree this up to a creamy texture and set it to the side, and we will get to chopping our veg. Okay, so our cashew cream is blended. I'm actually gonna add a tablespoon of cornstarch and blend this one more time. This is just gonna help to thicken our sauce when it's cooking on the stove. You could also just add this to the cup of almond milk you're gonna have to add, but since we already have our blender out and the cashew cream in it, it's just easier to add a tablespoon of cornstarch, blitz this real quick, and have it in there. All right, so it's time to chop up our veg. I've got 2 kind of small zucchinis. You do 1 medium to large. I wasn't able to find any medium to large today, so we're just gonna go with these. And we're just gonna chop them into bite-sized pieces. You don't want them to be too small, you don't want them to get lost, but you also don't want huge pieces that are gonna end up raw by the time you're eating this. So I just like to cut mine into rounds and then cut those rounds into halves. That's about the perfect size for me. Now, I bought my mushrooms pre-sliced today because they were the same price as the not pre-sliced. If you don't buy them pre-sliced, you'll want to slice up about 8 ounces of mushrooms. Then also, we're gonna dice a tomato. Okay, so our garlic is sauteed down quite a bit. To our garlic and vegan butter, I'm gonna add our mushrooms. And about 3 ounces of dry white wine. And then at this point, you're also going to want to add your seasonings. So we're gonna add about 2 teaspoons of salt, about 2 teaspoons of onion powder, about 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, about 1/2 teaspoon of each black pepper and white pepper, and about 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I'm gonna mix this in, let the wine cook down a little bit, and once that cooks down, we are gonna add our vegan chicken and the rest of our veg. Okay, so now that we've had time for some of that raw wine to cook out, we're gonna add our zucchini, tomatoes, and then our vegan chicken. I'm using the Light Life chicken tenders. You can use whatever vegan chicken you prefer. You can use tofu. You can skip it altogether, honestly. That's really up to your flavor preference. So we're gonna give these veggies about 5 minutes to cook down, and then I'll add a couple handfuls of spinach because I just feel like every dish should have some greens added to it, and our cashew cream and our milk. But at this point, we're about 10, maybe 15 minutes out from dinner being ready. So as long as your pasta water is at a rolling boil, this is the time when you want to get your linguine in the water so that you can get it cooked up and drained, so as soon as the sauce is ready to serve, you can eat. Look how beautiful that is. So colorful. Ugh, this is so, so good. I cannot wait for you guys to try it. Okay, so now that our zucchini has cooked down a bit, we're gonna add a good healthy handful of spinach, This looks like a lot, but honestly, spinach cooks down to nothing within just a little bit. So this will end up looking like nothing in your meal. And then now's the point where we're gonna turn our heat down to like medium low. We're gonna slowly add in our cashew cream and 1 cup of the plant milk of your choice. I'm using unsweetened almond milk. Just make sure whatever plant milk you decide, you use unsweetened, because you really don't want to add sugar to your Alfredo spicy pasta dish. So I'm going to add about half of our cream, about half of our milk. Let this cook on low for a minute and then I'll add the rest. It looks like our pasta is about ready to be drained. So while this is simmering real quick, I'm going to drain our pasta, rinse it in cold water, and I'll come back and add the rest of our cream and our milk. All right, our pasta is drained and back in the pan. Make sure you put a drizzle of olive oil and mix it around so that your pasta doesn't get cold and stuck together while you're waiting for your sauce to thicken. This is already starting to thicken up nicely. So we're gonna add the rest of our plant milk and the rest of our delicious cashew cream. I wish you could smell my kitchen right now, but if you make this, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It smells delicious in here. I feel a little bad that I'm making this meal while Cody's away at camp, so I might have to make it again next week when he's home. So now we're just gonna let this cook until it thickens up to a nicer Alfredo-like consistency. And then that's it. Then we'll plate dinner and I'll show you all what it looks like when it's all done. All right, so here we have our dinner. I'm gonna garnish this with some green onions and some vegan Parmesan. I just have the Go Veggie right now. This would be real good even with the like Violife Parmesan grated over the top, or the Follow Your Heart shreds. Here you have tonight's dinner. I hope you try this. Y'all, if you try it, let me know. And don't forget, I'm gonna do a Subbie Supper every single week in my videos. So if you wanna see your meal veganized, or just see how I make one of your favorite vegan meals, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you tomorrow night for dinner. All right, I feel like I wouldn't be a good vegan this week if I didn't go out today and get this Impossible Whopper. So this is dinner tonight for Jeff and I. Obviously got mine with no mayonnaise. I'm gonna add a little Vegenaise to mine. And then we're gonna give this a little taste test. That's more than a little Vegenaise, but whoops. All right, so this, they kind of like haphazardly threw this together. And there's not that much onion on mine. Well, maybe there is. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see if it reminds me of Burger King burgers before I was vegan. There's the Whopper. We're gonna give it a taste test. Okay, the moment of truth. It is really, really good. This Burger King probably overcooked it a little. It's like a little bit dry, but so cool that there are fast food options out there like this. I know Subway is coming out with a Beyond Meatball sub next month. Burger King with the Impossible Whopper. I'm excited to see what else is coming out. So this is dinner tonight. Not any prep work to show you guys, but I thought I'd show you a taste test. And we'll be back tomorrow night. Cody will be home from camp, so we'll see what we're having for dinner tomorrow. All right, so my family just spent 7 hours out at the fair, so tonight is not that exciting. I picked up some of these Boca chicken patties and the Alexia sweet potato fries. And then I got some really delicious tomatoes from our co-op. And we're just gonna make sandwiches on this rustic bread. I'll insert a picture of the final product here. But tonight is super simple because we were walking around for hours and my feet hurt, my back hurts. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna make pancakes with the lemon tofu ricotta. So make sure you hang out to see tomorrow night's dinner. Tonight, pretty basic and simple. All right, it's Monday night. Tonight, we're doing breakfast for dinner. So I'm gonna make blueberry pancakes with a lemon tofu ricotta for dinner tonight. And I thought I would show you guys how to make this tofu ricotta because it's really easy. Now typically, if you're cooking with tofu, I would tell you to press it for a couple hours. But when you're making it into any type of ricotta, you kind of want those juices to stay in there. So just squeeze out the excess. But you don't need to press this. Just give it a quick squeeze before you put it in your food processor. All right, we're gonna cut this just to make it easier to break down in the food processor. And this tofu is a block of extra firm tofu. Then to this, I'm gonna add the juice and some of the zest of 1 lemon. All right, we're also gonna add, just for a little sweetness, 1 heaping tablespoon of powdered sugar. If you prefer a more natural sweetener like agave or stevia or even maple, go ahead and use that instead. And then I'm gonna cover this and puree it up. All right, so this is your beautiful texture once it's all said and done. Go ahead and give it a taste. Make sure it's got enough lemon and enough sweet for you. If not, just add a little more. And I'm gonna scrape down the sides and just blitz it 1 more time. And then we'll go on to making our vegan pancake batter. Okay, so let's make our pancakes. We're gonna do 2½ cups of white flour, 4 tablespoons of sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking powder. So that's like a tablespoon plus a little. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. About 1 teaspoon of vanilla. It's about a capful. 2½ cups of a plant-based milk of your choice. I'm using almond milk. You can use whatever your heart desires. And then 2 tablespoons of melted vegan butter. I'm using the Earth Balance. And then we're gonna whisk this together until everything is well incorporated but not overly mixed. You want there to still be some clumps. So I'm gonna get this mixed together. Then we're gonna get a griddle out, put a couple tablespoons of vegan butter on that and start heating it. And we'll make our pancakes. Okay, our pan is heated. I like to use just a 1/3 cup measuring cup to measure out my pancakes onto my skillet. This tends to make them the perfect size for my skillet and for my family. You make them however you're happiest. And then I prefer fresh blueberries for my blueberry pancakes. I'm just gonna drop a few onto each, and of course I'll sprinkle extra over the top. We'll let these cook until the bubbles start to pop on the top of them. That's how you know it's time to flip them. And then I'll go ahead and flip them. And then while these are cooking, in a separate skillet, I'm gonna cook up some of this Gimme Lean Light Life sausage into patties because it is the absolute best vegan replacement for breakfast sausage I have found. And I'll come back and show you what our dinner looks like when it's all assembled. All right, so we have a stack fluffy blueberry pancakes. I'm gonna add a nice little slab of vegan butter to the top. Some warmed maple syrup. A healthy dollop of our lemon ricotta. And a few extra fresh blueberries. If you want to be real fancy, you could put some lemon zest over the top as well. And here we have dinner for Monday night. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you're enjoying my What's for Dinner series. It comes out every single Tuesday with more What's for Dinner videos. Don't forget to put in the comment box down below what you want to see for Subbie Supper, and you could see your dinner on my next video. I'll be back next Tuesday with another What's for Dinner video. If this baby decides to come soon, it may just be a little shorter than usual. Hopefully that's the case. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next Tuesday with a full week of videos. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss anything, and you don't miss when little man decides to make his arrival. And I will talk to y'all next time. Thanks.